I'll get the money. I'll have it. I swear. I'll get it. I promise. I'll get it. I'll get it. I swear. I promise. Oh, it's just a bad dream. What a nightmare.
Some days you're up and other days you're down. Always tip the dealers and when your waitress comes around, cause sometimes you punt and other times you're round. And you might get cooler to flop the nuts when you sit down. The outcome of the hand don't mean that you made it, cause life's not about the result but more on how you played it. Hitting 8s, 9s, and 10s and all the painted faces. Every day you play is a win, even if you're mucking aces.
Hey YouTube, this is KP and welcome to the Mucking Aces Poker Vlog episode 2, and we are headed over to Lucky Chances Casino in Colma, California today. We're going to hop into the 1-1-2 games and possibly one of the 3-5 games, see what goes on with the list and see if we can hop into the games there. If you do like and subscribe, it's definitely appreciated. If you enjoy the channel, feel free to drop that thumbs up there, and also tell a friend. Definitely helps out the channel a whole lot, and it's greatly appreciated as well. There's also a link down below to some of the merch for the channel, and I have seen that some of you have been very receptive to that, so I definitely appreciate that as well. Well, wish us luck.
Alright, in this first hand, we've been here for about 2 hours, and we pick up Ace-King offsuit in the cutoff, which is directly behind the button, and we bump it up to $20 after the player to my left just sat down. He was looking to get some change. A lot of you have expressed that you enjoyed episode number 1, but don't play poker, and wish that I would give some explanations on some of the terms and definitions, so I will attempt to do that for y'all from time to time. It folds to under the gun limper, who is the player first to act after the big blind, as the villain in this hand makes the call. He's been very loose so far today and has sucked out on a few river cards against other players with junk hands. So we go to see the flop, which comes 4-7-9 rainbow, and the under the gun player checks. Looking back here, I think I could have checked, but I throw out a bet of $50 to see if I can take it down here, as all day this player has been folding to a bet if the flop does not hit his exact hand. He does make the call, and with $104 in the pot, the turn comes the 4 of diamonds, and this player reaches for chips right away. He puts out a bet of $100. With the board pairing, and from what I've seen from this player so far today, alarm bells immediately start ringing. So once that happens, I think in my head, and I don't think for very long. I just end up folding here. We did have some banter previously, so I can see here that I gesture to him to show me the 4, and of course he does. Although I lost this pot, I'm glad to have gotten away from it. Glad that my read on this hand was good. Alright, in this next playable hand, a few orbits later, we pick up pocket 6s in the big blind. The villain who's under the gun in this hand opens to $10. The action folds around to me, and I make the call. With the pot now at $22, we see a flop of Jack, Queen, King with 2 spades. I check, and the under the gun player checks behind. The turn comes, and with that turn being the 3 of diamonds, I check, and the villain to my direct left throws out a bet of $15. I think that I can make this call for $15 more to see a river. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Is this too sticky here? I'm just really wondering if I should be sticking around there. With $52 in the pot, we go to a river, which pairs the board. The river is a jack, and I throw out a bet of $25 as a value bet bluff, essentially. Big mistake by me, as it's really a punt, and the villain decides to raise to $75. I end up just making the fold here at that point. Yeah, kind of, maybe it is a little loose there, and I definitely feel like I've punted away a whole lot in this hand, but we'll move on to the next one there. We are on the button and look down at 10-8 of clubs. We will be happy to make the call with the gap suited connector here, and with the pot at $10, the big blind makes the call. With this hand here, just want to see what happens with the flop. So when that flop does come out, it shows us 3 deuce jack with 2 diamonds. He checks and I check, and the turn comes another jack. Let me know if you think I should throw out a bet here. With this hand, I just elect a check, and the queen comes on the river. He throws out a bet of $10, and at this point, I'm pretty much done with the hand, so I go ahead and fold this one here. I possibly could have thrown out a bet there, and you let me know what you think down in the comments. Then we pick up Pocket Ninas on the button. This looks like it's a good spot, but I'm unsure if I should 3-bet here with my middling pocket pair. Please let me know what you think I should do here in this pot down in the comments below. I just elect to make the call for $12 more after the middle position bets and the cutoff calls to see a flop. The flop comes 7 queen king with 2 clubs, and the middle position player, he puts out a bet of $50, and at this point I'm done with the hand as 2 overcards to my pair are out there, and the MP1 player has been very tight the entire day, mostly passive, and the cutoff folds, so do I. The middle position player can take this one down, and in this 1-1-2 game, I'm content to rack up my chips and book a decent win after this 4-hour session. To complete and celebrate, we head over to get some barbecue.
Alright, y'all, thanks for tuning in to today's episode. I do want to go over a couple of hands that I missed out. Unfortunately, I did miss on about 2 hours of footage, so that's where we did run it up at the beginning of the session. In the big blind, I actually had ace-7 offsuit, and we flopped trips with 2 7s and a jack coming on that flop. The middle position player actually calls my initial bet for $30, and on the turn there's a 6, and the player who is the villain in this hand ends up jamming all in. Of course, I have to snap that off pretty quickly, and we double him up for about $210. In the next hand that we got in the cutoff, we actually have pocket 10s, and we flop a set where the middle position player again goes ahead and donks out to me. He ends up putting in for about $40 off the top of my head, remembering here that, I go ahead and make the call. And of course, on the turn, he does the same thing and goes ahead and jams for his stack. He ended up topping off his stack for about $180. We go ahead and make that call and win with our set of 10s. Pretty easy game when we're flopping sets and trips there. Thank everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you did like the content. Leave me a comment down below. Definitely will be having a bunch of more content coming here soon. Unfortunately, we did miss out on that first portion of the session, but I did want to show what we had here for this session, probably the remaining 2 hours. We ended up buying in the game for $300 and got out for roughly $810. So with that, we will have all those numbers on the screen as well. Thanks so much. Peace.